Hi everyone, and welcome to yet another video here on the YouTube channel Spillfriending and Fellowship. And my name is Andreas, Norwegian Viking, and this is my hobby vlog. So I have been hard at work these last few weeks prepping my GUNDABADs for the next batch of the campaign. And it seems that we have some players that have both Azog and Bolg done. So since I've already painted both Thimble and Jasneg, that means that there wasn't any that many heroes to do. So for these scenarios we need a 800-point Gundabad army, and luckily someone has more Gundabads, because I'm not going to have any more than 48 at a certain point. So I won't bother getting more than 48. I think that's more than enough for any army. So first of all, I've done some prep work on a mounted Nazug. So this is just a straight body swap, clipped the body in half, green stuff a bit, and cleaned up some of the lines. I use thinned out liquid green stuff to find holes, and then I use thicker liquid green stuff to fill them, and in some places I have to use real green stuff to do it. So I think it looks quite good. Nice representation. I used a more static warg to represent him, being more like a leader that does support work and not charging into the fray. So that's him done, and also have, of course, the foot version. So those two are done. I also did 2 Gundabad captains. So this one has a straight sword ish, so I'll get back on the sword situation after a bit. And then we have one, and the thing is earpieces on the helmet fell off, so I just removed them, and they now look a bit different, at least. Next up we have the Gundabad Orc General, or Warden of the Keys, or Gatekeeper or something. He probably will be called soon. In the new book I hear he has a profile of his very own. So so that's him. And I also, for the Battle Companies campaign, I did a mounted version of him. I started, at least, so I'm nearly finished with the extra fur round his body. So a bit more green stuff and he's done. Okay. So with the Gundabad Orcs situation, I have now prepped every single Gundabad Orc I have, with the exception of 6 with spears. So they are still in their spruce. And I have 6 more Gundabad Orcs with swords on the way, and which means I won't have to use these ones, the non-GW Gundabad Orcs. They are good, but it's a bit brittle, the resin, so, and the weapons are a bit big, so I'm not using those at all. So for the campaign I'm painting up 36. I don't think I'll paint up the remainder 12. So I'm waiting for a delivery of 9 more Gundabad Orcs, so I can have my total 48, and I will convert them up, and maybe I will paint them all. I'm not completely sure, but we'll see. So here is my Gundabad Orc horde as it stands now. So you might see that there's something wrong with the weapons, and that is because I've done my own. So I'm very sick and tired of there not being any straight weapons, because fine cast is impossible to repair. nearly impossible. So I just clipped them all off and did my own in plasticard. Just small pieces of 1mm plastics, and it's quite hard to bend. It will bend, but it's quite hard to do. So I just used the modeling knife and whittled away at small rods, and I think it looks quite good. Got an edge on there. Don't know if you can see. Yeah, got an edge on there, and some like odd shapes of the weapons and all. So all 15 I currently have with shields and hand weapons are done. As you can see here, all the weapons are done, all the shields are done. And then for the spears slash pikes, because they are obviously pikes in the movie, obviously. So the spears are quite crooked from the fine cast ones, so I just drilled a hole in the front arm, clipped off the actual front of the spear, and then I replaced it all with a brass rod or piano wire or something, and I think this looks much better. You can I have, not all of them are uniform size, some are longer, some are a bit shorter, and here you can just see the bits I use. So some of it goes down the hand, and some of it goes into the actual weapon itself, but I think it looks quite good. You get some longer reach. Model looks a bit more imposing, and yeah. So, and if they go back to being pikes again, that means I can use them for proper pikes and not bother that they are a bit short if they weren't pikes in the actual rules. So the weapons are about a centimeter longer than they would be off the sprue. So my next goal is to finish green stuffing the warg pelt, so that he is good, and then I will I'll do all the bases, and then I will spray them ready for paint. Do the last 9 GUNDABAD with shields, and the remainder 6 with pikes, just to be done with assembling them, and then we get to painting. And for the painting, I will use the fantastic tutorial made by Shadow from Shadow and Flame. So I know he published a tutorial from his on his their website, but I just copied everything while he did on Facebook. So I know these stages, so I will use his tutorial to paint them all in a uniform fashion, and I think the end result of Shadow's GUNDABADs look quite awesome. So I will definitely use that for my own. They look so imposing, so cool. So yeah, that's my goal to use. So I think I'll end that for this segment. I'll come back when I've slapped on some paint on some of them. Alright guys, so I am back, and here is the wonderful army of GUNDABAD. So I've made a lot of progress on these last few days, and they're actually almost done. So I'm missing some detailing on the armor, and the bases, of course. So I've followed Flame's Kev Spector's Shadow advice column, and basically made them as he did, with the same color scheme and everything. So I'm quite happy with how they are turning out. It takes quite a long time to paint 38 models at once, but they will of course be uniform in their look, so I'm quite happy with that. So what I'm doing now is I'm highlighting up the armor and removing any like splotches going on there, and then I'm going to extreme highlight the armor and then give it a final watered down wash. Especially the shields need a bit of work, and then maybe I'll do some insignias on the shields, especially maybe the helmets, some good and bad markings, and then we will do the bases and they will be done. So currently it will be about 4 weeks until we need them in the campaign, so gives me quite an advantage on time. But I will be gone for 10 days with Norwegian military, so I do have to crack on anyway. After I'm done with these, I'm of course going to paint up Jasnag, Nazug, foot mounted. So this is of course my converted Nazug on a Wog. And here's the foot version. So that'll be my reward for painting up all of these guys. Will be painting up the wonderful hero. Did turn out I didn't need to paint my Golb or GUNDABAD Orc General, since Stig and Andreas Jansson has some more GUNDABAD Orc, both hunters and GUNDABADs, and yeah, so that's very cool. I still have 6 with spares and 6 with shields left in bits, but I will not paint them with this batch, as I will only need 36 at any given moment for this time at least. So I'll come back with the other 12. In other news, I have decided to paint up a Hobbit army. So I will need to paint up about 50 hobbits, or 52 hobbit models. No, there's more. About 55 hobbit models. So that's the project I'm going for straight after finishing all the GUNDABADs for the campaign. So and we also need to do some more. I also need to do more GUNDABAD Orc Hunters for the campaign. And I want to paint up my Azogs and Bolgs. So there's still a lot on my table. Want to paint up Guild Ball. I want to do some. Oh, what's it called? Bolt action. Just got into that. And there's of course loads of different projects I want to start on, but I have to focus. I have to do one project at a time. So currently that's my GUNDABADs, finishing them, and then we will do hobbits and stuff like that. So yeah. So I will finish these models before moving on, and I'll probably show you them finished in my next video. So please stay tuned for that. I will release this on Sunday. And I will probably try to do more regular hobby vlogs, so I will try to release a hobby vlog every single Sunday going forwards. There will of course be some gaps, but that's a goal for me. I haven't done any like goals for when I will be releasing any hobby vlogs, so that's of course a cool way to do it, is just basically have a goal and then to stick to that goal and try to do that, because then you will do more than you would otherwise. So here's the Hobbit Horde. So all the different hobbits. There are archers, there are militia, and there are sheriffs in there. I think there is about 24 militia, 24 archers, and 12 sheriffs. And then we have merries, loads of different merries in here. We have merry mounted on pony, we have both merry with armor, and of course the merry model from the final fate of the Witch King, which is apparently getting a re-release as well. That's awesome, because it's a really lovely kit and characterful merry model as well. And then we have, of course, Sam is here, and both on horse or pony as well, and we have him on foot. I think this is the best sculpt of Sam in the range, besides the one from Mount Doom. I was wondering to maybe convert a Sam model to fit the same clothing. That's a Sam model without the backpack and with the same kind of robes he has on, but I haven't found the correct model to base it on. So if you have any suggestions to which model to use, I'm more than welcome. You're more than welcome to send me your suggestions. And then finally we have Pippin. Pippin in armor, and of course Pippin on horse. So I would like to have maybe a converted model of this one as well, because I think the merry model fits nicely with the Rohan, because he's wearing his Rohan armor, and it's the same armor as shown on here, just sans the no, he has his armor on, I think. Yeah, but I think he's the one that looks closest to a dismount as well. So I might do conversions for Sam and for Pippin as well. So I know Paladin Took is in here, as well as some other command models. So that's my next project moving on after I finish the Gundabads and I finish Narzug. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this update from me, and of course we will be showing you the progress going on. Please watch our Grand Campaign videos every Saturday at 12 o'clock British time. That's 1 o'clock Norwegian time. And yeah, so stay tuned for more, and please comment, like, share and subscribe, and as always, support your Hobbit hobby.